So welcome everybody to the latest session for the Varti virtual conference. Today is the 22nd of July, 2020, and my name is Joe Dale, coming live from you from the very, very hot UK. We're going through a heat wave at the moment, which is making it very difficult to sleep at night, but never mind. But I've got my water with me, so it's not too bad. And for the next hour or so, we're going to be looking at the completely free online tool called Book Creator, which allows you to create books, unbelievably, and can be used in language learning for promoting all four skills. And is a great way, in my opinion, to use multimedia to enhance language learning. And I'm going to be demonstrating live. I'm going to be making a book with you live over the next hour or so, and putting all the different elements together in the way that I think you should find useful. I'm going to be sharing my presentation with you as normal. And if you have any questions at all, put them in the chat. Please put the letter Q in front of your questions so that it's clear to me when you ask a question, and we can then go from there. So for those people that haven't seen me before, I'm a former languages teacher. I taught French for 13 years, teaching at secondary school level for 3 years, and then 10 years at middle school level. The middle school was on the Isle of Wight, which is where I still live. And that was when I was teaching 9 to 13-year-olds. And for the last 10, 11 years or so, I've been an independent languages consultant. And I normally travel around the world running training on the use of technology to enhance language learning. But of course, since the pandemic, I've not been able to do that. I've had to do everything via webinar. So I'm really, really delighted and honored to be asked again by Ferdinando to take part in an event for Varti. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I really hope that you find the information useful. My contact details are on the screen there as well. I'm just at Joe Dale on Twitter. I recently surpassed 32,000 followers on Twitter, which is a bit crazy, but I have been on Twitter for over 13 years. And my email address is joedale@talk21.com. So let's make a start. I've only got a few slides today because everything's going to be very practical and demonstration. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. We're going to have a look at Book Creator. We're going to be looking at a couple of different web tools which we can use in conjunction with Book Creator, such as Remove.bg and photosforclass.com. We're going to see how we can incorporate tools such as Bitmojis into Book Creator, and we're going to have a look at how to make a quick comic strip using a tool called Storyboard That. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is talk about Book Creator itself. So you can see this is what the icon looks like. This is a QR code to the website. I'm just going to click on the link here, and I'm going to show you live how it all works. Okay, so this is Book Creator. The first mistake that people can make is here you see it says student sign in and teacher sign in. So this is app.bookcreator.com. Sign in. I will just quickly put that in the chat for you. Like this. There we are. The first mistake people make is they think they're signing in as a teacher when in fact they're signing in as a student. So the first thing you need to do is click on teacher sign in like this. You can sign up with a Google account, with a Microsoft account, or with a standard email address. I've got a Google account associated with this, so I'm just going to click on here. I'm going to go through with you in a moment how you can get your students to either sign up with an email address, or you can get them to sign up without an email address using QR codes, which I will demonstrate in a moment. So this is what my Book Creator looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new library. Now, because I have a pro account, a premium account, it means I get I can make unlimited libraries. But as someone who is not paying for the website, what you would have is when you create your account, you're then asked to create a library at the same time. So when you create your library, you have to name the library, and you get a code with that library. You give that code to the students so that they can then add themselves using the code. But I've got the links to how to do all of that, which is very straightforward. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate how this works. I click on the 3 lines here. And as you can see here, it says libraries, And these are all the different libraries which I've got set up. And you can see here that it says create a library and join a library. So I'm going to click on create a library here. And as you can see, as I've just mentioned, when you first create your free account, you'll be able to see something like this on the screen. So enter the name of the library. I'm going to put in Varti. You get these different options. So it says allow image search. Students can edit their own books. Students can read each other's books. Students can enable collaboration. Students can publish their books online. So all of these I would leave as blank. The students can enable collaboration. That is a premium feature, but everything else is completely free. So you wouldn't have that on your one. And I think having the students can publish their books online disabled is probably a good idea, which means that you have as much control as you need to have. But I think everything else is fine. Okay, that's just popped up there. I'll get rid of that. And I'm going to click create library. That's the beauty of doing things live. You never know what's going to pop up on the screen, but that's all good. Right, so I've made my library. There we are. Here it is. And I'm now going to launch the library. And this is what it looks like. So there's nothing in my library at the moment, but you'll see up here, it says show invite code. Now, because obviously we're recording this, I'm going to show this to you anyway, but I wouldn't normally be showing this to you if I was recording for obvious reasons, because obviously I'm going to be publishing this on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to refresh the code, so it'll be different. But this is what the code would be in this particular example. If you want to join my my library, feel free to do so. Or if you want to have a go at creating one live, or you just want to watch, that's absolutely fine. So as you can see here, it says want to stop new users joining, it's by this code. So that's what you would do. So what you would do is you would give that code to your students, you would copy that, you would paste it in the chat, or you would make a poster, or however you wanted to share it with them, with the students. They would then create their accounts, and you would then, you would then give them the code, and they would be able to add the code and join your library. Now, the beauty of that is that when they make their books, they automatically appear in your library. So it's all very private and self-contained. So once they have the code, you just give them some instructions, they create their book, and it's fantastic. And you can also combine books together as well, which I will show you later on. So that's the basics of how to create a library and how to set something up. So having done that, I'm now going to create my own first book in my library. So to do that, I click here, which says plus new book. Okay, now as you can see here, it says blank books and templates. Templates is a premium feature, but I'll just quickly show you this. If you click on templates, you see that you get access to all these other types of templates to make your books pop even more. But for the blank ones, which is what we're going to do today, that's what we're going to focus on. Now you can get access to the comic book style books for free. If you have the app version, then you have to upgrade to use those, but you can use those for free. So for today, what I'm going to do is click on this option here saying portrait. So you've got portrait, square, and landscape. Once you've made your decision about your format, you can't then change it. And if you want to combine two books together, they have to be the same format. So having made your front cover, you can see that there's only a few options on the screen. The first thing we're going to do is press the plus icon here. And you can see that you have a number of different options. So if I want to take a photo, for example, I have to click on media. And if I click on camera like this, then you'll see that an error has occurred. The reason an error has occurred is because of the fact that I have my camera going in zoom already. So what I need to do is I need to, let's have a look. Right, so I need to go here. I need to stop my video. And now if I click OK like that, and I click the plus icon again, click on media, click camera. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so I can now take a picture like this. Okay, and I can click use picture. And that will now appear on my screen. Okay, So now, having added your picture onto the screen, you can see that you can resize the picture. You see that you've got the 4 handles in each corner. So I can resize the picture like this. You've also got the green circle here, which allows me to change the orientation like that. And you'll also see as well, there is, in this case, a pink line appearing, but in a moment, there'll be other lines as well, which allow me to move the object on the screen in the exact position that I would like it to be, a little bit like grids in PowerPoint, or snap to grid. So I'm going to position the picture like this, and I'm going to make it the size I want it to go. And I know now that's dead center. So that's perfect. Okay. So that's how you can take a picture and add it straight into Book Creator. I want to say as well that the app.bookcreator.com website, it will work on iPads as well in Safari. It doesn't work on phones because there isn't enough real estate, but it will work on anything which is larger than a phone. So it'll work on a tablet. It'll work on a Chromebook, or on a Mac, or on a PC, or what have you, or on an iPad as well. Right, so if I click the plus icon here, this time I'm going to, now I could click here and click text, which I'm going to do in a moment, but I'm going to click on the text under comics. And by doing that, you can see that you get these different sort of styles, as it were. So I'm going to click here where it says title. And I'm going to write my ebook. Okay, and click done. There we are, perfect. Now, that's now appearing like this. And I'm now going to scroll across like that. And I'm going to now change the formatting so it's now centered. So to do that, you have to select the text box and you click the eye icon. Then what you do is you click here like that. And if I want to change the text size, you can do that easily by doing that. Okay, by just moving the slider there. You can also change the color if you wanted to something else, or you can change the font as well. But for now, I'm going to leave that as it is. What I'd like to show you now is if I click the plus icon here and click media and click text, essentially you get the same thing, but I just wanted to highlight the fact that you now have the microphone, which you had in the other one as well. Now with the microphone, you can change the language and you can dictate in that language so that you can turn your voice into text. So I'm going to show you what I mean by this. I'm going to say this in French. I don't have any Italian, unfortunately, but I'm going to do this in French. I'm going to say my ebook, which is going to be the following. Here we go. So, mon livre numérique. Okay, now the reason that worked, let me just click done. The reason that worked is because of the fact that, let me just show you again, let me just show you how this works. If I click here, can you see the languages here? Now it's picking up what I'm saying in English and it's trying to turn it into French, which is quite amusing. So if I click here, I can choose all these different languages, okay, including Italian. Let's just find Italian for you. Oh, there we are. We have Italian there. And then I click stop. So I'm just going to get rid of lycée de langue. There we are. So from a point of view of practicing pronunciation, that's really, really nice, I think. And also for accessibility reasons, or maybe for students who are EAL students, English as an additional language students, then that could also be really, really useful. So really nice way of unlocking the creativity from the students by using their voice as opposed to writing text. So that's another really nice option, I think, for language teachers. So if I click done now, and I make that the same size, like that. Okay, and then I can then also resize that by clicking the eye icon and then going to the font. You've got all these fonts to choose from. You've got the Open Dyslexic one for dyslexic readers. Some of them don't recognize the accented E. So for example, if I go to this one, that's the blocked one. Can you see it doesn't recognize the E? So I'm going to go back to Open dyslexic, that's fine. And then go back here. And then I'm going to change the color like that. And then the background color like that. And I'm going to make it a bit bigger. So to do that, I'm going to move the text size up like that. And I'm also going to center align it like that. Perfect. Okay. Good to go. So let's move that up a little bit like that. Okay, lovely. And now let's imagine I wanted to add an image onto the screen. So I could click the plus icon here, and I could click media, and I could click import. Okay, so here it says search for images, which is really nice because the images that come up will be royalty-free images, and I'll be able to use them legally within my book. So if I were to, for example, put in a word like France. Okay, now all these images are from Pixabay, which is fantastic. So let's imagine I choose this one. I select that one. Pixabay is a directory of website, of royalty-free images that legally I'm allowed to use. I can then click add, and that should now insert itself straight into my book. There we are. And that's fantastic. There we are, like that. Okay. Now, another feature, which is really cool here, is if you click the plus icon and it says shapes, here it says search for anything. I think this is a premium feature, but I may be wrong about that. I think it is. But if you were to search, for example, for France like this, and you do a search, what will happen is you'll get lots of different black and white icons that appear. And this is drawing on what's called the Noun project. I'm going to show you a website in a second, which will allow you to do something similar. It will just take a little bit longer to do that. So I've just clicked on that, and I've been able to add a really nice icon into my book straight away. Now, if you're looking for alternatives for the image search or for the icon search, I'm going to do that right now. So, for example, for the icon search, if you go to flaticon.com, like that, I'll put that in the chat for you so you can have a look. Okay, and if I were to put in a word like France, oh, let's just get rid of that there. Then you'll see you have different images which come up. So let's go for a French flag. Let's go for this one. And yeah, that's all good. And so here it says PNG. So I'd recommend clicking on the PNG option. And it says free download, but you must attribute the author. So what you'd have to do is on the last page, you would say, this image is the flag by Smash Icons. I think that's and if you're not sure about this, just go to how to attribute for other media, but that's what I normally recommend. And that means that you don't have to pay for it. It's completely free. Okay. So I've just clicked on download. It's downloading right now. There it is. And now from there, I can go back into Book Creator, and I can drag and drop that image straight into Book Creator. And there it is, like that. And I could then say, put that there if I wanted to. You get the idea. Now, that's how that works. Now, there's another website which I'm going to show you called photosforclass.com, which is this one. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this one works, having created my first double page spread. So I'm going to click here, but hopefully that's okay with everyone on how to your front cover. So how to take a picture, how to add the comic book style text, how to use the voice to text, how to add using a Google image search, using Pixabay, how to add in a royalty-free image, and how to use the flat icon sorry, the noun project search option, which is within Book Creator. But I think, as I said, I think that may be a premium feature. So hopefully that's okay with everyone so far. Let me know if not in the chat. So I've clicked on the arrow on the right-hand side. I've now got my first double page spread. So I'm now going to look for an image, which I can then include within my first double page spread like this. So let's put in a word like cafe. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got a number of different pictures. Oh, that's a nice one. So this one's come up. So I'm going to choose this one and I'm going to click download. Okay, and I'm going to click save. There it is. I go back to Book Creator and I can literally drag and drop the picture straight into Book Creator. So what I'm doing is I'm using Chrome. So I'm downloading the image from photosforclass.com. It's downloading into my downloads bar and it's appearing on the screen. And you'll see at the bottom of the picture, which happens with all the images with photosforclass.com, that the attribution is added automatically. This is actually a website called Pexels, which is very similar to Pixabay. There's a number of different, in fact, let me give you a list here. In fact, in my presentation, I've given you a list already. Let me just go back and show you. So let me just come out of here quickly. So here are these different options. Let me just copy and paste that for you in the chat. So you've got them. There's also another one called PXHERE as well. That's another website for you to have a look at. And all of these allow you to find royalty-free images. So we've got our royalty-free image here, which is fantastic. And what are we going to do now? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to here and we're going to put in the search for man like this. Okay, now this has now come up and let's see if I can find the picture that I normally use. Here we are. So I've got this man here and I'm going to click download here like that and save. Okay, perfect. Now the next website I'm going to use is called Remove.bg. Remove.bg, which is this one, which you haven't seen this before. It's absolutely fabulous. And it allows you, as you can see, to remove the background from any image, including a human being. So what you do is you can either click on upload image and then you can then insert an image from your, say, your desktop, wherever it might be, or you can literally just drag and drop. So I'm going to drag and drop right now. I've just done that like that. And as you can see, what it's done, it's removed the background automatically. Now, having done that, I can click on the download option and click save like that. There it is. I've downloaded it. I can now go back to my book and I can drag and drop that character. There we are, straight over the top, just like that. And I can resize him as well, like that. So in other words, what's beautiful about that idea, in my opinion, is the fact that you can get any image of, say, a celebrity person or a famous person and put them in any context that you would like in relation to any topic that you're doing. Or, of course, the students can take photos of each other, can remove the background and then put in any background that they would want, either using, let's say, Photos for Class or the Google image search that comes within Book Creator in that way. But before I carry on with this bit, let me just show you some other ideas in here. So you'll see that it has the edit option. So I can click edit like this. And you can see that you have a number of different options here. So you have the photo background. You can also upload your own photo. But for example, I can click here and I could decide to suddenly be in Russia, or maybe I could be in a disco, or maybe I could be, let's say, somewhere else. Let's have a look. I could be here. Okay, that could be Australia, never know. or I could be here. You get the idea. So it's really cool. You've got a number of different creative backgrounds that you can choose. And of course, you can use your own. Or what you can do is you can just choose a solid color like this, that sort of thing. So it makes it look like a little bit like an advert. Okay. Or what you can do is you can, if I click on the photo again and I click that sort of thing. Let's go back to this one, maybe. Here we are. And what I can do is I can click on erase and restore like this. Now, if I erase, what I can do is I can move the slider here, and I could, for example, get rid of the person's head like that. Okay. And then I could then download that image. I could then take another picture of my own head, remove everything apart from my face, and then put my own face over the top and superimpose it. Let's see if we can do that right now. So if I click download like this and download image like that, there we are, and go back to here. Just press here, click just like that. Perfect. Let's make that a bit bigger. Okay, and then we can go back here, and then if I get rid of that and then click upload image, and I should have a picture of me somewhere. Here we are. Here's a picture of me. So if I click there like that, and there we are, remove the background, click edit, erase and restore like that. I can now get rid of most of this. It's not going to be perfect, but you get the idea. Like that. Let's make that a bit smaller. Not the easiest thing to do with the mouse. You get the idea anyway. So let's click download. Download image. There we are. And then go back to book creator. And then I can then superimpose that over the top. And there we are. And I can now just resize that so it sort of fits. There we are. Brand new body. So in other words, there's lots of things you could do with that, and then you can add speech bubbles and what have you. But I'm going to show you how to do that in the previous example. Okay, so we've got this man here, and we've got this man here. So now what I'm going to do is add the plus icon, and I'm going to click on the thought icon here. Right, so here's my thought bubble, and I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to double click in the speech bubble or in the thought bubble, and I'm going to write something such as, I wonder when my coffee will be ready. Oh, making sure I've written that. Let's do that again. Oh, hang on. Let's do that again. Undo. Right, so here we are. Right, so there we are. I wonder when my coffee will be ready. Perfect. Right. If I want to make the text bigger, I click on the eye icon here, and I move the text. I click on text settings, sorry, and I move the slider to the right like that. That's all fine. Okay, so that's all good. And then I could click the plus icon here, click speech, and I could, in fact, let me put that down there this time, like that. And I could say coffee coming up. Okay, let's make that a bit smaller. Perfect. And then let's make that text a bit bigger. So you can see it's very, very straightforward on how to do this. That's all fine. And now the next thing I'm going to show you, which I think is particularly brilliant for languages, is the following. If you click the plus icon here and you click media and you click record, as you can see here, it says start recording. So let's click, I'm going to record my sound right now. Here we go. So I wonder when my coffee will be ready. Stop recording, click use recording. There's my icon. I'm now going to move that there and I'm going to resize it so it fits nicely over the thought bubble. And now what I'm going to do is click the eye icon. And you can see here that it says invisible when reading, invisible when reading. So that's really nice. So what it allows you to do is it allows you to select that. And you can see now that the loudspeaker icon has gone semi-transparent. But when I preview this, it will be completely invisible. You won't be able to see it at all. So let me do the same for the other one. So if I click the plus icon here, media, record, start recording. Coffee coming up. Use recording. There's the icon, like that. There we are. Put it over the top. Eye icon and make it invisible. Perfect. Right, now, having done that, if you click the preview or the play button, read book button like this, and you click on the icon here, you can see that the mouse has become a hand. It does the following. I wonder when my coffee will be ready. And coffee coming up. Okay, now you notice here you've got the live captions appearing. Now that's a Chrome thing. If you don't know how to enable those, what you do is you go to the 3 dots here and you go to settings, you go to advanced, you go to accessibility, and it says live caption. So that's turned on now, but it's not turned on by default. And that's what enables live captioning. So it means if you're playing any audio or video in your browser, live captions will appear. It's only available in English at the moment, but knowing Google, I'm sure they'll add other languages very, very soon. Okay, so any comments so far about anything that we've done, or do you think that this would be useful as a way of maybe, you know, telling a story or doing a topic such as daily routine or describing your perfect holiday or practicing dialogues? Any comments at all in the chat? Just let me know. Okay, well, keep your comments coming and I'll carry on. Thank you, Amber. That's brilliant. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah, definitely for culture ideas, I think it's great. So I'm going to show you another idea now. Oh, let's click on edit. Make sure we can add some more content. That's great. I need to say as well, with the books, with your library, you can make up to 40 books, 40. So for making it for, say, a project, I think it's really, really nice to do that. So 40 books in your free account, which is great. Right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to, no, in fact, let me go to the plus icon here and go to media and import, and in the search images now I'm going to put let's have a think. So let me put in, just trying to think what, let me think, let's put in river, see what comes up. Oh, nice. Okay, so perfect. So let's click on this one and click add. Awesome. Wow, what a fantastic image. Okay, so this is my image and I'm going to add a Bitmoji into this image. So I've got the Bitmoji Chrome extension here. You don't have to do this, obviously. This is just another idea. So if I click here, for the Bitmojis to work, what you need to do is you need to install the app first of all on your mobile device to create an account. Once you've done that, you can then install the Chrome extension, and you're able to add in different searches, and different icons will then come up based on what you've customized. You can also search for items in different languages as well. So if I just give you a flavor of this, as you can see at the moment, this is all in English. But what you can do is you can change that language so it changes to another language. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So if you click the three dots here and you go to settings and you go to advanced and languages, and you go to where it says language here, and you click add language. I've actually got Italian here. Let's see if I can do this in Italian. What you do is you click on the three dots here and you put move to the top like this. Right, now I've moved up to the top. That means now when I click on the Bitmoji Chrome extension, you'll see that if I start scrolling down and seeing the text, then what should be happening, although it's not at the moment, what should be happening is the text should be appearing in Italian, but I can't see any text at the moment. I wonder why that is. That's interesting. There isn't any text coming up at all. Let's just have a quick look again. Oh, okay. Not sure why that's not working. Let me just try that again. So let's put English on the top again. Let's move to the top. That's what you always do. And then let's try that again with Italian. So Italian, move to the top, click on the no text is appearing. I don't know why that is. That it always works. So there's no text there appearing at all. Oh, well, that is what you do. So I don't know why it is that it's not working right now. I have no idea. Never mind. But that's what you do. So let me put it back to English. And that's how you change the language of your Bitmoji. Right. Okay. So let's go back to here and click on here. And I'm going to put in the word boat. And as you can see, I've got my boats here that I want to use. So I can now, I think I can drag and drop. Can I? No, I can't. Yes, can I drag and drop? Let's just see if this is going to work. Yes, it is. Perfect. Can you see I just literally dragged and dropped from my Bitmoji Chrome extension straight into Book Creator. So I could, for example, I could position my boat like that. Okay, and then I could add the plus icon. I could click on shapes. I could click on a square like this, and I could resize that like that. In fact, let me move this up a bit like that, move that up a bit like that. And then I could then click the eye icon, change the color to say black, like that. And then that's all fine. Okay, and then here, let's, there we are, and click the eye icon and make that white. No, hang on, that's not right. Undo. What I've done. Just want to make the text eye icon text settings. There we are. Right, it's color. There we are. Right. So now I could say, I could write in the third person, couldn't I? So I could write, for example, Joe likes to play around on the water in his boat. I could also click the eye icon. I could click on text settings, and I can change the text size like this, and change the font and so on and so forth. Another thing I could do is click the plus icon, and I could use the text again like this, and I could use a caption. I could then write one fine evening. Oh, ... click done. Yeah, you can see how you can build this up and how it looks. Oh, right. So this is an order question. So if I click the eye icon there and I say center back. Right, so what have we done here? So I need to make sure that's at the front. Let's try that again. There we are. Can you see? So I had to make sure that, I had to make sure that everything was positioned the way I wanted it to be. That's all fine. And then we can make the text bigger if I wanted to by clicking here and making the text bigger like that. And then obviously you get the idea. And then I could then add a speech bubble, just as I've shown you already. So this is not animated, but it's still really cool. So I love playing on the water. So now you're using the first person as opposed to the third person. Make that a bit bigger. And then, of course, you can record your voice as before, like this. I love playing on the water. Use recording. There it is. And then make it invisible. And then I can make that a bit bigger if I wanted to. Okay, and then if I press the preview option, and it looks like this. I love playing on the water. And there we are. So in no time at all, you can produce something which, you know, is really nice for digital storytelling, I think. So you've got your caption there, you've got the text at the bottom, which could be practicing the third person, and then you've got the first person or the character here. And you obviously you don't have to use Bitmojis. There's with flaticon.com, which I've talked about already. You could use something else. I could do a search for, say, boat. And you could find an image for boat. Oh, what have I done? Hang on. Let's go back a sec. That's not right. There we are. Here we are. Right. And then I could find any of these images. I could put those in. So you don't have to use Bitmojis, but lots of children really like Bitmojis and the way you can customize your own character. You could use any of these boats and then have a speech bubble coming out of the boats. That's the idea. Okay, cool. Let's carry on. So the next thing I want to show you, let's click edit. Okay, if you click the plus icon, you can click media, you can use the pen tool, which is really nice. So I can click pen like that, and you've got this auto option, which is really nice. So what you can do here is you can select auto and you can start drawing. So I'm going to try and draw a picture of a cat with a mouse, which is not the easiest thing to do. But because I have auto draw turned on, it means that what's happening here is at the top of the page is trying to work out what this squiggle is supposed to be. So it thinks it might be a telephone or a leaf or a mobile phone or a dog. But of course, it's supposed to be a cat. So I'm going to click on the cat option like that. And there it is as a cat. I can now click the X here. And I can click the fill tool here like that. And I can choose the color by clicking here, and I can choose, say, yellow. And I can now color in my cat like this. Oh, let's go back a sec. There we are. Like that. Perfect. Okay. Then I can click done, and I can also make that cat a bit bigger like that. So the auto draw is built within Book Creator, which is great. There's also another way of doing this using the website called Auto Draw, which came up before auto draw being included within Book Creator. This is an example of how to do this in autodraw.com. So I'm going to click Start Over. I'm going to click the square option. And I'll just put this in the chat for you as well. If you want to have a go at this at home, this works on all devices, including mobile phones. So what you can do is you can choose the color like this. You need to make sure that the auto draw icon is enabled. And then what you do is you draw your picture of a cat. Doesn't have to be a cat, of course. You can do whatever you want. I just tend to do cats. Like that. There we are. And again, just as before, these different icons have come up. This time I'm going to click on this cat image like that. I can resize it by clicking the select tool. Like that. I can also choose the fill tool like this, change the color, and there we are. In fact, I prefer this method rather than the auto draw method, or sorry, the Book Creator method with auto draw, because I think the definition is actually a bit better. So I've just done that now. There we are. And I click the 3 lines there and I click download. Click save. There it is. I go back to Book Creator and I can drag and drop that over the top. Oh, I haven't clicked done. Let's do that again. Auto draw. There we are. Okay, perfect. Can you see that the quality of that image is better than the one on the left-hand side? That's why I prefer it. Now, you can also combine the audio recording feature as well with this if you wanted to. So you click media, you can click record. Like this. I have a cat who is called Bob. He is 3 years old. He's recording. So you can have a picture of a cat or whatever it is that you've made in auto draw. You've done a little bit of speaking over the top. You click the eye icon and you make it invisible. And there we are. Perfect. Okay. So let's click on pages and just see what we've done so far. So we've done our front cover. We've done our personalized narrated role play activity. We've customized a picture and put our own heads on it with our own background. We've also had a go at sort of digital storytelling, talking about how you can use captions and embedded speech bubbles. And we've also looked at how to use auto draw as well. Okay, let's go back to here. Like this. And if I click on the plus icon, let me show you how you can embed a YouTube clip quickly. So if I go to a new tab and I go to YouTube and I go to my channel like this, and I click on videos. And so this was let's have a think. So this is a recent video which I did for the Association for Language Learning. And you can see that it says share here, share. So I click on share and I click copy. So I'm just copying any old YouTube clip. I'm going back to Book Creator like this, and I click the plus icon and I click media and import. Right, so here it says embed. You'll see as well that you can upload files this way as well. You can also add in Google Maps if you wanted to. But if you click on the embed option, you can embed different things such as Flipgrid videos or Adobe Spark videos if you wanted to, or YouTube. So I just paste in the link like that and click confirm. There it is. It's recognized the thumbnail automatically, and I click add. And there it is. And I can now resize that. And it means that I can now have that video straight within my book. Absolutely fabulous. Okay. Right. I'm going to very, very quickly give you a flavor of how to use what's called Storyboard That, which works in conjunction, which can work in conjunction with this, Storyboard That.com. So this is another way of making your own comic book for free. You click create a storyboard. like this. Okay, there we are. You can choose your different backgrounds. So let's say we want to go for, let's have a think. So click on home indoor. We've got a number of different places here. So we could click, for example, on this one. And then this one. No, that's another bedroom. Hang on, let's do undo. Let's find another. Oh, hang on. Just trying to find. They've all got beds in. I can't seem to find. Let's find. Ah, here we are. Right. Okay. Now we're talking. Right. Okay. So let's do this one. And let's do this one. Okay. So we've got our 3 different scenes. That's fine. And then you click on characters and then you drag your character over screen. Let's do that again. Like that. And you resize them. You get the idea. And then let's put another one here. And then another one here. So really, really simple way of making your own storyboard. I could obviously add in, if I clicked on shapes here, then you can, sorry, not text. Yeah, so textables, I can click on textables and I can add in this sort of thing. And I can, there we are. I can move that around. I can do the same thing here. And I've had a bit more time, I would obviously, I could write the text in, or I could just add these in Book Creator. But what I like about it, the way you get access to all these different characters. Then what I can do is I can take a screenshot, or I can use what's called Snip and Sketch, which comes with Windows. This looks like this, Snip and Sketch. I'm just writing that in the chat for you. Snip and Sketch. Like that. And if I press the print screen key, I can do that right now. There we are. And I think it's because if I stop sharing in Zoom for a second, for some reason it doesn't seem to want to work when it's in Zoom. I'll just do that again. You have to just believe me. I'm going to print screen like this, and then like that. There we are. And then I will then show my screen again. Yeah, it's worked now. If I show my screen again, which is here, share screen. There we are. So you should be able to see my screen now, I think. So if I click here, there it is. And so now I can click here. There it is. And I can click save to save that image, or it copies it to the clipboard automatically. And I can now right click and Control V. No, it doesn't want to do that. Okay, so I could just click on the plus icon, media, import files. So this is showing the files option, and I'm going to put in screenshot like that. Go to the bottom, and it's going to be this one. Click open. And there we are. And then obviously you can then add in different items there in the way that I've shown you already. Fantastic. There we are. Done it. Okay, so we've done everything I wanted to do. I now have added all the different pages. I'm going to click on My Books now. And I'm going to click on here. Actually, before I do that, if I click here, I can click copy book. I can also import a book. If someone has sent me the file for a book, which would be an EPUB file, I can import it into my library that way. I can also combine books together. So if I have a number of books in my library, I can add one to another book in the free version. But for now, I'm just going to show you here how you can now publish online. If you downloaded that as an ebook, that would be the EPUB file, which you can then share with your with a classmate for them to then import it in, or a student could download it and import it into your library. But if you give them the code, that will appear there automatically. So you can either publish it online, download it as an ebook, or print it off as a PDF if you want to. So I click publish online. This then comes up. So let's give it a title. We'll call it Party Example. You put the author in, private or public. I'll keep it private. Allow remixes. I'll keep that as off, and I'm going to click publish online. And the book's been published, and there it is. I can now click read online, and we've done it. So this is now a readable version of your book, which cannot be edited by anyone, and you can always unpublish it, add another icon or another bit of content. All the multimedia is there. I wonder when my coffee will be ready, and you can't edit it. It's all done for you. Okay, that's working now. Yeah, that's embedded. I won't actually play it now, but you get the idea. And then my Storyboard That is there as well. I didn't add any other multimedia to that. So there we are. So if I wanted to share that link with you, I would just do that right now, like this. Okay, and there it is. So that's the example. We did everything I wanted to do. So just to finish off with, let me just go through another couple of points. So that's Book Creator. This is some information about how you can get the students to log in without them requiring an email address. You can use QR codes instead, and I've got some links for you there. This will be for younger students. If you're teaching primary, then I would recommend that. If not, I would get them to use their email addresses. But obviously, always speak to the person in charge of e-safety at your school to make sure you're happy with that. But Book Creator is used all over the world, and it is very, very safe to use. And it is compliant with things like GDPR and COPPA and FERPA and other such organizations designed to help and support children. Okay, Remove.bg, I've shown you that. This is Photos for Class, which I've shown you a couple of times. That's an example how you can superimpose yourself in front of anything that you would like. That's the Bitmoji storytelling. So there I am relaxing on a beach in my suit, as it were. And that's Auto Draw that I've shown you as well. And that's Storyboard That. Okay, and there's the presentation. So I will just put that in the chat for you so you can have a look back at that. And I'll be posting the recording of this webinar onto my YouTube channel, which is JoeDale100. So you'll be able to watch that back as many times as you want to, and I'll do that in the next couple of hours if that's okay. So without further ado, I'm still recording, but I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to hand you back to Fernando, and we'll then go from there. So let me put my, there we are, and I'll put my video back on as well. And I will also give the opportunity to unmute yourselves if you'd like to say anything. But I'd like to give Fernando the opportunity of saying a few words now, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you again, Joe, for a wonderful presentation. Hopefully you'll all go home, or you are home, and begin to play with it and put it to good use. Thank you, everyone, for participating. You will be getting an email from us to answer a few questions to evaluate the presentation. And if you do that, you will then receive from us a certificate of participation. Okay? If you don't do it, you won't get it. So thanks a lot. Joe has kindly recorded the presentation, so we'll also have the link on the Varti website for you to go back and listen to it again, and play around with it. Okay. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you at the next presentation in this series that we've organised. And hopefully we'll all be back at school as normal on Wednesday. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Joe.
You're absolutely welcome.
See you. Our next one is on the 30th, I think.
Yeah, the 30th of August. That's right, on podcast things. And I'll be asking for some audience participation in that one. So we're going to make a podcast live from the Isle of Wight to Australia. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll see you in a month's time or so. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Thank you.